Hi everyone, in this video we're going to show you how to get up to speed with Resolve 17. So the first thing you want to do is go to the Blackmagic website to download the latest version. So we come over here, double click on the support page here, and then we select Resolve Fusion, and then we scroll down and find Resolve Studio 17. And then we can fill out the registration form, or we can simply click on download only. And then we can then come over here and download it. Now at this point, it's going to show me the download that's happening. And I always want to make it clear about the license structure on Resolve. So for example, once you buy a Resolve license, all updates are free. And also, if you have bought a Resolve 12 or 14 license or something like this, then you do not have to buy another license to upgrade to Resolve Studio 17. It's totally free. The license dongle is plugged into a USB port and will only work on the computer in which the USB dongle is plugged into. If you have a license key, you can register this license key to 2 computers simultaneously. Then if you have a third computer that you enter the license key onto, the other 2 are unlicensed, and then you must then reactivate the license for the second computer after that. If you don't want this to occur, what you can also do is in Resolve, you can deactivate the license for the specific computer that you do not want to use Resolve on anymore, and then reactivate it on the computer which you will be changing to. Now, another thing which is very important is to always back up your database in the program manager. And once you do this, then in case you want to roll back to a previous version, you can still use that version, because once you upgrade a database, it's not possible to downgrade. So this is something that is very important. And now we have the DMG file. I can just double click on this. This will tell me now that I can install Resolve 17 once this menu pops up. I've got the Resolve manual and the new features guide, and we have the installation and the deinstallation application. So if we do to install it, and here we have the installer window. It will come up, show me all of the changes that have been made and all the different information. Click on continue again, agree to this, and then we select here, put my password, now the installation has been successfully completed. We can click on close. We can then close our installer window here, close our browser, and then we can then eject our installer. And then we can then start the application for the first time. Okay, so now what we have is our project manager window. Now, as you can see, this is a database that came from Resolve 16. If I select it, it asks me if I want to upgrade the database. What I want to do first is click on the backup button, which is the first one here. And then let's put this on the desktop and then click save. We say yes, back it up. Now it says it was backed up successfully. Now we can go ahead and upgrade this database. And there we have our project there. So this is always a useful process to go through, because if you decide that you want to roll back to version 16 for whatever reason, then you have a version of the database that was created in version 16. Because once the database has been converted to version 17, you cannot downgrade it once it's been upgraded. Okay, so now what we can do here at this point is we can now load our project. And so as you can see, we've got all of our cuts here and everything is all set up for us. Okay, so now what we have here to bring us through the beginning, we've got our media page, just like we had on Resolve 16, with our bins and our mount points here. Now, if we come over to the next page, this is the cut page. Now, the cut page also interfaces with the Speed Editor keyboard, and this one, it can be connected by USB or it can be connected by Bluetooth. And so once I have that, I can then come over here and I can use my jog shuttle, and I've got my basic editing controls here. I've even got my quick export controls. Everything like that is all in this area. So it's a perfect editor interface for doing quick edits and to get things in and out as quickly as possible. Next, we come over to the editor, and this is the edit page. And what we have now is we've got the titles, and we can also preview all the different titles so I can see exactly what they look like. And then also we've got our various different test signal generators, solid colors we can put in here, for example. And then we have different effects we can add. So for example, like binocular effects and things like this can be added into here. And these are simply by a drag and drop like this. Okay. Then we also have, at this point, the next page is for our Fusion interface. Fusion interface, it has a lot of new things that have been added on here. And then we come over next to the color page. Now the color page, we've got our camera raw as before, our color match, and then we have a redesigned primary interface, and then also our HDR grading interface as well. And then what we can do here for HDR, we've got our zone grading section. So if we've got this here for our black, darks, shadows, lights, highlights, and specular. And you can actually change the region where each of these are working. And this will give me a guide here between the dark areas and then the 100 nit level, and this would be the lighter areas. And this is showing me here the shadows or black areas of the picture, and this is the specular or the light areas of the picture. And then also you have the opportunity that you can change between these controls here, like so. Now the next display that we have here, we've got our curves display, and then we also have the new color warper. So this one, if I come up here and add a node and say I want to work in this part of the picture, automatically it shows me where my cursor is there. And then if I just come over here and change this, you can see here what's happening to the picture when I move it from side to side there. And then the same thing also if I bring over here and I change the flag just by clicking on it and dragging it around. I can do this. I can change sensitivity here by adding more zones to this. And then also we have the other display that we have here for grid 1 and grid 2, for example. Then we also have our qualifier as we had before, our power window setup, and then also we have our tracker as we had, the very powerful tracker. And then we have a new function here which is called the magic mask. So for example here I come over in this shot and grade this like so, and then I make a additional node, and now I want to use the magic mask. So all I have to do in this one is just take my cursor and just draw a line there on his face. As you can see, a stroke has been entered here. And now if I select this, the mask overlay, this shows me exactly what was picked up by the magic mask. And then by clicking the forward and reverse buttons, I can now track that backwards and forwards. I can then also select the features if I want to select it by arms, clothing, face, hair, hat, and things like this. But in this case, what we'll do is we just use the face. And then if I don't want to see the stroke, I can turn this off like here. And then turn off this. And then now what I can do next is then come back to my primaries. And this allows me to color grade just the person without separating it from the background. There's a lot of neat things you can use this for as well. You can use it for compositing as well. So there's a lot of very powerful things that you can use the magic mask for. We also have our sharpness and blur and pro mist functions as before. And then we also have our key. This shows me the key that was created by the magic mask. Sizing control, 3D controls here. And then we have our keyframes, our scopes, and our information, or otherwise known as metadata for this. Now over on this side, we have our Resolve FX plugins. So for example, let's say if I want to add a effect to the picture, such as use facial refinement. If I grab facial refinement and drop it in, then this allows me to do a analysis of the face, turn off the overlay now, and then here in this one I can then come over and take lighten up my eyes, for example, brighten them, take off the bags in the eyes here, sharpen this up a little bit. I can work on the lips and then change it like so. And because I've actually processed it for the entire clip, it will play for the entire duration of this clip now. Okay, so on the top here, as you can see, this shows me my timeline, clips, nodes, OpenFX, and Lightbox. And then in addition, we've got our power grade library, our stills, timelines. And then what we can do next is, if I look over here to the LUT library, I can then come over here and try different lookup tables into the picture by using the LUT browser. And here within the Fairlight audio page, I can then come over here and preview my sound setup here and do all my mixing in this area. And then finally on the deliver page, then I can create my deliverables here, and then I have my presets here. I can even send it directly to Frame.io, or I can do round trips to Final Cut Pro, Premiere X, or Avid AAF. And then I have all the parameters which I can change. And then once I have that sorted out, then I can say like so, and then just click on my render, and then everything is done here. So this gives you a short, quick setup of how you can actually quickly get going with Resolve 17. So there we have it. For more information about training services, don't forget to have a look in the comments below. And don't forget to check out the other videos on our YouTube channel. And also check out on the Creative Tools website and the Teltec website for more information about training classes coming up. Thanks and have a great day.